Keith Urban is on stage for his first show since Nicole Kidman filed for divorce.
Golden couple had separated after 19 years of marriage.
19 years of picture-perfect love, and now this? After almost 2 decades together, country music's golden boy Keith Urban has finally dropped the bombshell nobody saw coming. And trust me, Nicole Kidman does not want you to hear it. Was it betrayal, manipulation, or the kind of Hollywood secret that makes even the tabloids nervous to print? For years, their marriage was the definition of elegance, red carpets, romantic gestures, rehab recoveries, and picture-perfect smiles. But behind that glossy image, something dark was brewing. Tonight, we're peeling back the curtain on the scandal Keith Urban just couldn't keep hidden anymore. For years, fans believed Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman were untouchable, the Hollywood dream that actually worked. But as it turns out, the fairy tale had cracks that ran far deeper than anyone dared to admit. Behind those perfect smiles and red carpet kisses, a quiet storm had been building, and now, Keith Urban's truth reveal has sent shockwaves through the entire industry. According to insiders close to the couple, this confession didn't come from a place of guilt, it came from exhaustion. Keith's been living a double life for years, one anonymous source claimed, and Nicole knew more than she ever let on. Imagine spending nearly 2 decades smiling through interviews, defending your husband's demons, and pretending everything's fine, when in reality, you're sitting on a secret that could destroy your entire reputation. That's exactly what insiders say Nicole did. The scandal traces back to 2006, just months after their dreamy wedding. Keith checked into rehab, publicly calling it a step toward healing. But privately, rumors swirled that Nicole had threatened to walk unless he cleaned up his mess. What kind of mess? That's where things get murky. Some say it wasn't just about addiction, it was about infidelity. Others whisper about emotional manipulation, secret meetings, and industry pressure that pushed Keith over the edge. Fast forward to 2025. After 19 years together, and Keith finally breaks the silence. During a private interview that somehow leaked online, he allegedly admitted he'd been pretending to be someone he's not just to keep his marriage alive. The audio clip, which has now gone viral on multiple platforms, features Keith saying, "There were times I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the man Nicole wanted me to be." That single line ignited a social media firestorm. Within hours, #KeithUrbanTruth was trending worldwide. Fans flooded comment sections with disbelief, some defending him, others demanding answers. But the real question was, what did he mean by the man Nicole wanted me to be? Was he implying control, manipulation, or something much darker, an image built for fame, not love? Tabloid journalists jumped on the story, digging up every old interview, every awkward red carpet clip, and every moment Nicole seemed polished while Keith appeared distant. Suddenly, all those cute couple moments didn't look so innocent anymore. Their once adored romance was being dissected frame by frame, and what people found wasn't pretty. One former tour manager even stepped forward claiming Nicole had eyes everywhere. Every message, every call, every move, she knew it all. Keith couldn't breathe without permission, of course. Nicole's representatives dismissed the claim as nonsense, but in the world of celebrity scandal, denial only fuels curiosity. And that's when things took a turn, because if Keith Urban was finally speaking his truth, people wanted to know, what exactly was Nicole hiding? As the leaked confession clip continued spreading like wildfire, the narrative shifted fast, from sympathy to suspicion. Keith Urban's words, once dismissed as emotional rambling, started sounding like a coded message. Fans began digging, connecting old dots, and what they found sent the entire fandom spiraling. Hidden in plain sight were subtle clues that something wasn't right. Backstage footage from Keith's 2020 tour suddenly resurfaced, where Nicole was seen confronting him mid-rehearsal, whispering something that made him visibly tense. Now, social media detectives claim that was the moment everything cracked, but it didn't stop there. Within days of the confession leak, an anonymous insider, allegedly a former assistant of the couple, dropped a 17-page report online titled The Urban Illusion. It claimed that Nicole Kidman had been orchestrating Keith's entire image for years, right down to his wardrobe, his interviews, even his emotional responses on camera. Nicole wanted a husband she could display, not a man she could love, the document read. Every time Keith tried to show his real side, she reminded him who held the spotlight. While some dismissed the so-called report as fanfiction, others pointed to its eerie accuracy. Screenshots, emails, leaked PR memos, all allegedly traced back to Nicole's management team. One email supposedly showed Nicole approving controlled vulnerability moments for Keith's interviews, instructing his team to keep him charming, but never to reel. Whether the email was real or not didn't even matter. The damage was done. The internet had chosen its villain. And the memes, brutal. One viral tweet showed a photo of Nicole smirking with the caption, "The puppet master finally loses control." Another read, "Free Keith Urban. He's been in emotional rehab for 19 years. Suddenly, Hollywood's perfect power couple had become a cultural punchline. Meanwhile, Keith's silence only deepened the mystery. No denials, no clarifications, just cryptic Instagram posts, guitars, sunsets, and captions like some truths burn before they cleanse. Every word felt like a riddle. Paparazzi caught him outside a Nashville studio, looking gone and withdrawn, while sources close to Nicole claimed she was furious and betrayed. One particularly explosive claim came from a tabloid source, who alleged that Nicole had hired a private investigator to monitor Keith's phone during the last years of their marriage. She knew every text that came in, the source insisted. It wasn't trust, it was control. Fans were now calling it the Urban Kidman Cold War. Some took Keith's side, painting him as a broken man rediscovering his identity. Others defended Nicole, accusing Keith of gaslighting the woman who saved him from his addictions. The internet split right down the middle, love versus power, truth versus image, and just when people thought the storm couldn't get any wilder, a new voice entered the conversation. An alleged industry insider who claimed that Keith's confession wasn't spontaneous at all. It was a warning, according to that so-called industry insider. Keith Urban's confession wasn't just about heartbreak, it was about survival. The insider claimed that what Keith revealed was only the surface of a much deeper web of manipulation, image control, and hidden Hollywood politics. Allegedly, Nicole Kidman's perfect wife persona wasn't just for the cameras. It was a brand carefully engineered with the help of a secret team of PR handlers, studio executives, and image consultants, all working together to maintain the illusion of perfection. The insider's statement dropped like a bomb. Keith wasn't just married to Nicole, he was married to the entire machine behind her. Suddenly, whispers began circulating that major film studios had invested millions in keeping Nicole's public image spotless. If the truth about their marriage ever came out, the insider said, entire projects, endorsement deals, and brand partnerships could collapse overnight. That's when conspiracy theorists took over. Reddit threads, TikTok exposes, and viral YouTube breakdowns flooded the internet, each claiming to have proof that Nicole's influence ran far deeper than anyone realized. One viral video even compared her to old Hollywood icons, who allegedly controlled their spouses for fame. Another suggested Keith's rehab stints weren't about addiction at all, but about silencing him during critical publicity cycles. Within weeks, the situation snowballed into a full-blown PR nightmare. Magazine covers that once adored the couple now featured headlines like Urban Unleashed. The man behind the mask in Nicole's empire crumbles. Brands quietly began removing Nicole from upcoming campaigns. Netflix reportedly paused one of her projects, citing creative restructuring. Meanwhile, Keith's streaming numbers soared as fans rallied behind his newfound authenticity. But what truly pushed the drama over the edge was the leak of an alleged legal document, a non-disclosure agreement, supposedly signed by both Keith and Nicole during the early years of their marriage. The document hinted at image management clauses, forbidding either party from publicly discussing personal issues that might damage brand value. If real, that meant every interview, every teary confession, every loving quote had been rehearsed, scripted, staged. Nicole's camp went into full crisis mode, issuing a statement calling all claims false and defamatory. But the timing couldn't have been worse. Her silence at award shows, her absence from public events, and her decision to shut down comments on social media only added fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, Keith, for the first time in years, appeared genuinely unfiltered, performing on stage with no wedding ring, no polished smile, and no PR-approved speeches. Just raw emotion. Reporters began calling it the great unraveling of Hollywood's last fairy tale. What started as one man's emotional confession had evolved into a full-scale takedown of the industry's obsession with control. Keith Urban wasn't just exposing a marriage, he was exposing the system itself. And yet, amid the chaos, one haunting question lingered in every headline and every tweet. After 19 years of secrets, who was really telling the truth? The broken husband, or the woman who built the illusion? So now the mask is off, the fairy tale is shattered, and the truth, whatever it really is, has finally crawled out of Hollywood's golden frame. 19 years of glamour, silence, and perfectly curated smiles. And all it took was one confession to make the whole world question everything they thought they knew about Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman. But what do you think? Was Keith brave for speaking his truth, or did he just light a match he can't control? Is Nicole the mastermind of manipulation, or the woman unfairly painted as one? Drop your thoughts below, because this story is far from over. New leaks, hidden recordings, and industry reactions are already surfacing, and you know we'll be right here, breaking it all down piece by scandalous piece. So hit that like button, subscribe to Rap Bar, and stay tuned. The next revelation might just change everything.